Rahim. Once Sayyidina Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anhu offered some bread made out of barley flour and some salt to a guest that was visiting him at his home. So when the guest saw the barley bread and salt, he belittled it and he made a request to Sayyidina Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anhu of something special. So Sayyidina Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anhu went out and he borrowed some money and he purchased whatever the guest was requesting for, and he brought it home and he offered it. So the guest ate that food that he had requested on a special request. And after finishing the food, the guest made this dua: Alhamdulillahi alladhi at'amana wa saqana wa qanna'ana bima razaqana. All praise is for Allah, the one who gave us this food to eat and this water to drink, and who made me content with whatever he provided me with. So Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anhu, he said, if you were content, you wouldn't be asking me to borrow money for you. He didn't like it, but he still fulfilled the request. So Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi alayhi has mentioned that when you go as a guest to someone's home, generally people don't like to be requested for something special. They dislike it. The host, they're burdened with your request. So it's better not to make a special request unless you are at someone's home who doesn't mind your request or who actually will be pleased by your request. There are some hosts, they get happy when you ask for something special. For example, you go to someone's home and you say, I really want that Kashmiri tea afterwards. So the host will get very happy that you made a special request. So some people, they are very conservative and stingy with their requests. So when a person like that makes a request, the host gets happy. But when someone is always making requests and they make a request, the host will get unhappy and the host will not like it. So Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anhu, he went out of his way. Now, what should the host do? If you have a guest at home, you should do your best to honor them in the best way possible. Even if that means that you need to go out of your way to honor them. So Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anhu went out of his way to honor the request of his guest, to the extent that he had to borrow money because he didn't have money to buy what the guest was asking for. So he went out, he borrowed money, and he bought whatever the guest was wishing for, and he offered it to the guest. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given a lot of rights for the guest upon the host. And as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir falyukrim dayfa." Whoever believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the last day, he must honor his guest. Now there are two types of guests. One guest is the one who comes uninvited. That's also a guest. If someone comes to your door and they self-invite themselves, it doesn't mean that they're not guests anymore. They still have that right to be hosted. Unless you have a reason to turn them away, you're going somewhere or you have some very compelling excuse to turn them away, then you can justify it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, oh Allah, turn my guest away for this reason. So even if a guest comes unannounced or uninvited, as a Muslim, you should honor that guest. But when you invite someone, then that adds to your responsibility as the host. Then you need to go really out of your way to honor that guest, to let them feel that not only they're welcomed in your place, but you are happy, you're honored that you visited them.